Good morning, students. I hope you all are safe at home. Today we'll be starting chapter 11, that is force, work, and energy. Let's study what is force. A force is a push or a pull or twist acting upon a body. Means any push or a pull which is acting on a body or making that body work, that is known as force. Okay? To do any kind of work, we need to apply force. It means that if we have to do any work, we have to apply the force. For example, we will apply force. We are pushing a trolley. If we are pushing any trolley in a supermarket, or we are pulling a drawer or squeezing something, the force will be applied, right? That is known as the work done when any force is applied. Now, imagine a cricket match in which batsman is caught out by the fielder, right? When the batsman hit the ball with his bat, he moves the ball away from himself by applying force. This you all have done, right? When you are playing cricket, you move the ball away from you by hitting it with a bat and applying the force. The fielder who catches the ball also uses force to stop or catch the ball. I hope this is clear. Now let's study types of force. There are many types of forces, that is gravitational force, or we can say gravity, frictional force, muscular force, mechanical force, and magnetic force. First, we will study about gravity or gravitational force. Gravity is a force by which the earth pulls everything towards it. Means if you are standing, it means that the earth is pulling you, right? That the force of gravity is pulling you. You will not feel it, but it is there. Now, the force of gravity is acting upon us at all the time. It is working all the time, but we do not feel it. Let's take an example. See, on the moon, everybody is floating because there is no gravity, zero gravity. So they cannot stand on the moon, right? So you can stand, you can walk, right? So means that gravity is acting upon you, but you cannot feel that force. Okay, now let's talk about frictional force. This force helps you to move forward, right? This force helps us to move forward. Friction occurs when two surfaces move or slide against one another, right? The force of friction opposes the motion of the object. The force of the friction always opposes the motion of the particular object that is moving forward, causing the moving object to slow down or to come to a stop, right? If there was no force of friction, the moving object could continuously move and not stop. It is due to the frictional force that it is opposing any moving body, that is why they stop. Friction between our shoes and ground prevents us from slipping, and the friction between the car tires and the road prevents the car from sliding out of control. It is all about the force that is opposing the moving body. It means that the friction between the car tires and the road, it prevents the car from sliding out of the control. Okay, the rougher the surface, the more will be the friction produced. Okay, it means that if the surface is rough, the more friction force will be produced. It is easier to pull or push a heavy object over a smooth surface due to less friction. If the surface is smooth, then you can easily push or pull any heavy object. If the surface is rough, you cannot easily push or pull any heavy object, right? Now, friction is reduced by applying lubricants to the surface. Now, what are lubricants? It is very important. Lubricants are the substances like oil and grease which are used for reducing friction. I hope you have understood these are the substances like oil and grease, which are used for reducing friction. Now let's talk about muscular force. Muscular force is a force applied by your muscles. The force which is applied by your muscles in pulling the chair or pushing the chair or lifting any heavy objects or kicking a ball, anything. When your muscles are in the use, that is a muscular force. Right? Now, mechanical force. Sometimes we use the force of a machine to do things. Such force is called mechanical force. Pushing bicycle pedal to move forward and using a crane to lift things are the example of mechanical force. When the work is done by the force of any machinery, that is mechanical force. Then, magnetic force. A magnetic force is caused due to the presence of a magnet. It is caused due to the presence of a magnet. If a magnet is present somewhere, then the magnetic force will be applied. A magnet can pull objects such as iron keys or nails towards it. I hope this is clear. Now, let's talk about work. What is work? In science, work is said to be done only when we apply the force on the object and it moves towards the direction of the force applied or changes position. Let me tell you by giving some example. The work done is said when you apply the force on something and that particular object moves or changes its position. For example, you are pushing a wall, you are pushing it very hard, but it is not moving. So no work is being done. If you are pushing a wall and the wall is not moving, how a wall can move? So in this case, we will say that no work is being done. If you are sitting on the chair, you can see in the picture, if you are sitting on the chair and no work is being done. Why? Because the chair is not moving. You are not applying any force on it. Right? Now, let's see the another picture. In this picture, we can say the work is done. Why? Because that boy in the picture is applying the force on the chair and the chair is moving. That we can say that work is being done. Now, I hope it is clear that work is being done when a force on a particular object is applied and the object moves in the direction of the force applied or changes its position. Clear? Now, let's come to simple machines. In our daily lives, we use different types of machines. These machines makes our work easy. With the help of these simple machines, our life is being very easy. They help us to work with the less efforts and in less time. You can see some pictures given. Some machineries are simple while some are very complex with many parts. Some are very simple machines and some machines are very complex. So, how do machines help us? Now you tell. How do machines help us? Machine help us to do work easily and with the less efforts. It will take less time. Okay, machine makes our life easy and comfortable. Now you tell what kinds of machine you are able to see at your home right now. You can see refrigerator, it's a machine, washing machine, or you can say your AC or your television, anything. I hope this much of chapter is clear to you. For better understanding of the chapter, please go through the chapter once. Thank you so much.